Hi everybody, this is Ashley, a private online tutor that specializes in assisting people to pass a license exam in social work on the master's and bachelor's level. You can find me online at daytodaysocialwork.wix.com/my site, or of course on YouTube at Day to Day Social Work. So I wanted to come and make a video today about CEUs, continuing education units. So I had a lady who I tutored who passed her exam, and she reached out and asked about CEUs recently. So yes, we do have to, of course, keep our license up to date once we get it. And in order to do so, we have to have a certain number of CEUs every year or every 2 years. So in South Carolina, and it's different in every state, but in South Carolina, and from my own experience, when I got my license in September of 2015, I had to pay to renew my license in December of 2016. So I got my license in September 2015, and I didn't have to pay to renew it until December 2016, and now my license is valid until December of 2018, I believe. So I have to renew my license every 2 years, and also I have to have 40 hours of continuing education units within those 2 years. So to renew my license, I had to pay $90 that first time. I'm not sure what I will have to pay this next time. Hopefully it's only $90, but what they do is they don't require that everyone, again, this is in the state of South Carolina from my experience, they don't require that everyone who is a license holder in the state of South Carolina turn in proof of their continuing education units. What they do is they will do an audit, a random audit of whoever, I don't know how many people, but they'll do an audit where they'll contact you in some way, and you will have to send in documentation or proof of your continuing education units for the 2 years or the 1 year, whichever stage you're at once you get your license. So basically, anytime I go to a training or some kind of conference, make sure that you get a certificate, whether they email it to you or give it to you at the conference or send it to you in the mail. Make sure you give your correct mailing address and email address so that you can get your documentation, and you are responsible for keeping up with all of that in case you are audited, and you have to have the required number of hours when they audit you. So make sure that you keep up with that information. Also, you want to they also have some kind of system in South Carolina. I'm not sure if it's the same everywhere else, but they have some kind of system in South Carolina where you can pay and they will keep up with your hours for you. I don't remember exactly what that is or what it entails, but I remember reading about it or hearing about it when I got my license. So that's something you may want to look at or call your board and inquire about. So what I'm going to start doing, I just thought about this the other day, is I'm going to add a tab onto my website, daytodaysocialwork.wix.com/my site, and I'm going to start posting links to free online webinars for continuing education units that anybody can attend. So that way anybody who has their license can get some free continuing education units that I've come across, and I don't come across a lot, but at my job I'm a part of a listserv that they send us like free webinars from all over the country, and your state, though, you have to make sure your state will accept it, but you have to make sure that the requirements, and there are certain requirements for the CEUs, like you have to have a certain number of hours where the class or the training was done by a licensed master social worker or just a licensed social worker, period. And then there's a certain number of hours where it could just be topics related to social work that aren't necessarily done by someone with a license in social work. So make sure you know what your state's requirements are, because every state is different. and just make sure you keep up with that documentation. So like I said, I'm going to start posting CEUs that I find on the website. And if anyone out there knows of any free webinars, send them to me and I'll post them on the website as well. Again, this is not only a channel about passing the license exam, although that's the primary focus, but this is day-to-day social work, and so I do like to add some different things every now and then, and I thought that would be a good idea to add just links to some free webinars for CEUs. But again, make sure that your state will accept them. A training that I'm going to post on the website, it's from, let me look at my work computer, it's from, let's see here, the University of Chicago, and it's called Using SBIRT, and that's an acronym, SBIRT, for problem gambling in the military. So the listserv that I'm a part of at the hospital system that I work for sent that to us, and should be eligible for CEUs in the state of South Carolina, or else they wouldn't have sent it to us. So again, make sure you check your board and make sure that whatever CEUs that I post on the website, from either what I know of or what you all send me, are applicable in your state. So again, send me anything that you come across that's free, or that's cost efficient or affordable rather. And my website again is daytodaysocialwork.wix.com/my-site, or you can email them to me directly, and there's a link on the website for that, and I'll also put it in the description box. All right, talk to you later. Bye.